Okay, what's the best thing you've watched recently?
Oh, okay. Actually, wait. Well, I did watch Heated Rivalry, which don't let your kids watch that. All the things you said, if you know, you know. Okay, I'm watching The Stranger Things right now. I'm finally finishing season 5, and I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, this sucks," but I like to go back and watch things after like the hype has died down a little bit, because then it won't affect like my opinion of it. They did a damn good job. It's the Duffer Brothers, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did a damn good job. I mean, I'm really impressed with like. I really like the creepy visual. There's a scene where like everything is melted, and it reminded me kind of like Indiana Jones, like a jump scare we would see in like a Spielberg movie or something. And I was like, damn, okay. And you don't really see a lot of those. But
speaking of Indiana Jones, my daughter just discovered Star Wars. Like she watched it in school.
What kind of father are you?
Well, I've tried. I've tried so many times. I don't know if you know this, but having a teenage daughter, I could try and offer her the cure for cancer, and she would slap it away from me. Mm-hmm, and then stupid. Some boy at her high school would be like, "Have you tried this cure for cancer?"
Some
she'd be
broccoli-headed.
Like, "Oh my gosh,
Kyle's got the cure for cancer."
He gave me it. Yeah. And so there was so many times where like I tried to get my kids into Hamilton, and they're like, "Dad, this is stupid."
You like Hamilton?
They were like, "I hate this," and I was like, "All right, fine." And then 2 years later, someone else suggested it, and they're like, "Hamilton's the greatest." And I'm like, I refuse to watch it now with you because I tried.
Way to go, Dad. Be petty.
Yeah.
No, you have the right.
I'm Tom Petty.
You have the right.
Yeah,
I'm not Petty. I'm Tom Petty.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, we were big Stranger Things fans, and
did you like season 5? I'm not done with it yet.
It's good. It's fine. It's a good ending.
I will like the ending,
and it leaves you kind of like, all right, There were things that I wish had been done better. Uh-huh. And there's things that
you know what bothers me? Like, listen, I love those Stranger Things like kids because I know they've been doing this for how many years, and there was like how many strikes in between. I know they've been doing this for a long time, but I will notice like sometimes I can't tell if they're doing like the cheesy campy acting to be more like 80s friendly, or if it's because they started when they were like 11 and they like
didn't progress a lot. Yeah. Some of them. Yeah. I won't name names, but there are 2 characters in particular that.
Is it Mike?
Mike and Will were not huge. Like in our house, there was a lot of times where it was like where you kind of like turn and look at each other like. That's kind of.
You know who my favorite is? Gatton Matarazzo, Dustin.
Yeah. Have you heard him sing?
Oh yes. Talent.
Okay.
Talent out the wazoo. I think was he in Les Mis? I don't remember. No, he sang a Les Mis song.
What a great trade-off. God was like, "I'm going to take your clavicles, but I'm going to give you."
I'm going to give you this mullet.
Yeah. You're not going to grow teeth.
Angelic voice. You know what? That actually has a lot. Lack of teeth or too much teeth can actually. Freddie Mercury only sounded the way he did because his mouth was so uniquely shaped, his teeth. So. I
had Freddie Mercury mouth when I was a teenager. My teeth were very straight, but they were
like a hammer and knock them back into place.
They were like a horse where they were like. Pushed out a little bit.
Did you need headgear?
Oh yeah.
You wore headgear?
I was so bad about wearing not at school. It was only nighttime headgear.
Yeah.
But yes, and I wouldn't wear it. I refused. And then they put. Then I had like a rubber bands in my mouth, and I refused to do those too. So then they put springs in, like metal springs in my mouth, and so I couldn't. I was like. Trapped like this for the first time they did it. It was so tight that I didn't eat for like 4 days, and then I could only eat like scrambled eggs after that.
Misery.
Because they told me, they were like, if you don't put in your rubber bands, we're gonna put springs on you because we gotta move these. And I was like, I was all defiant and 15 and like, and they were like, all right, and they did it, and I was like, oh no, I can't.
So you couldn't, even though it's springs, and you would think that you could.
After a while, they would kind of loosen up a little bit.
That's what it's supposed to.
But I did have one. pop one time, and then that hurt because I like opened my mouth too far, and it was like ting like that. Yeah. Oh, I hated it. At least
you didn't swallow it. That would have been. You said pop, and you know what's horrible? The first thing I thought of had nothing to do with what we were talking about. Have you ever accidentally popped your cat's anal glands?
You know, that happens to me at least twice a week.
You're
just
lying.
Walk around the court. Yes.
Your dog did pee on me though, but I took that as a sign of like love.
I'm excited. I can tell we're friends.
I would let a corgi eat me. Eat me.
All right, fine. Just a couple nibbles.
But so no, my Deadwig. Actually, remember Deadwig?
I do. R.I.P.
R.I.P. He reincarnated as the cat I have now, so it's okay. I fully believe that for sure. Reincarnation is definitely real. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways.
Cat to cat.
Cat to cat. Anyway, so he was there, and he was on my stomach as I was just like kind of petting him, and I was petting him like this. So his butt's right here, and I'm just kind of petting him sideways. If there's anyone out there whose cat has had impacted anal glands, maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. But accidentally, I feel a pop. And then on my face, right here. And I was like, ah! And then Derek is just, like laughing his ass off. I was like, what the I was so grossed out. I'd never in my life heard of it. And I just was like frantically Googling like cat's ass exploded, not poop. And then I realized they were like, no, that's normal. If they get impacted, you have to take them to the vet. And they have to like release them. So if you see your cat scratching their butt across like your carpet, it could be impacted anal glands.
Oh, no.
Why?
Because I have a cat that does that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, no.
Yeah, don't pet them backwards. Don't do it.
Pet them backwards?
Or if their ass is like right here, turn them around.
Yeah.
Just turn them around. Yep.
So they're showing you like, this is broken. Help me.
I think that's what he was doing. He was like, Mom, please. Yeah, and so of course, like a good mother, I accidentally helped his impacted anal glands, and I'll never forget it. Because I don't know if it'll ever happen again. I hope it doesn't.
That's how Catwoman got her powers, I think.
Of course, because it's a woman. It has to be something that she that's the money shot right there. Oh, God. No, like, cool bite or anything. You just get...
You gotta get
splooged on.
Scat on.
Yeah.
Cat scat.
Cat scat.
No, I have... So, when my son was a baby, like, we didn't realize he had all kinds of allergies, and, like, he had... like a whole bunch of like acid reflux when he was a baby. We had to buy this special formula and all kinds of stuff. No, he wasn't colicky, but he was he had a lot of, we found out later it was like heartburn and indigestion and stuff. Okay. So like we had to get the special formula and then he didn't go to the bathroom for a couple of days. And like, you know, he's maybe 2 months old and we found out that like he maybe was like backed up. And so my wife, the doctor said, well, you got to take a Q-tip, and you got to dip it in Vaseline, and then just
stick it up there.
Yeah, and it might help. Like it might help. And she was like, okay. So she did that. And we put a diaper on him, and then picked him up. And as soon as she picked him up like this, we just heard like that.
Gosh.
And I mean, it was like. It just imagine like you got a cup under like a soda dispenser and you just don't take it away, and it was just coming and she was standing there and she was like, oh no like that, and I was like what, and I came around the corner and I'm like, what I'm gonna go turn on the shower. And like she just had to go stand in the shower with the baby.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I have so much to look forward to, I think.
Poor guy. Yeah, but after that, it never happened again after that. So.
Ever?
No.
See, when you hear other parents talk, and I'm like taking notes, you know, I'm getting ready, and I'm just wondering how often, like ratio wise, how much of parenthood is spent just cleaning up excrement, vomit,
a lot,
yeah,
a lot. I mean, there's always.
I cleaned up my siblings' poop and vomit because my mom had a really bad like gag reflex, so. Anyway, no, but I guess it was just one of those things where it's like Derek's one of those where like he can't be around because he'll be like, "Bloop." But
I got better at it after a while because eventually.
well, you gotta.
I mean, Kelly would look at me and she'd be like, "Please, I am so tired," and I'd be like, "Okay, all right." And then once you do it a couple times, you're like, "Okay, we're good at this." We're
you never like wore a mask or had like clothespin or anything?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would do like a chip clip on the nose or something.
That's what
like
my
that.
brother did.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a dad. I don't have a clothespin. I just chip clip.
That gotta hurt.
Babe, bring the pork rinds. I need the chip clip. Yeah. But
I tried to do that the other day to like I don't remember what I was doing. I was holding my nose for some reason. Oh, Derek probably like Dutch ovened the whole kitchen again. But I remember thinking like this hurts. Like this is. I don't know how you did that.
it's because you go quick. But there's a lot of messes. There's a lot of spills. You don't realize like now as an adult, you're so used to like, oh, it's time for me to go somewhere. I got my keys, I got my wallet, I got my phone, I'm leaving. And then when you have a baby, you're like,
there's a whole baby.
I need a car seat. I need a diaper bag. I need extra change of clothes. I need extra bibs. I need toys. I need snacks. I need coats. I need this. I need a stroller. I need this. I need that. It's like, it's so much. And it's just like this, going to the store is like this event like that you have to like prep for.
See, this is why I'm so grateful for Instacart, Walmart, places like that where like I don't have to be gigantically pregnant, like being like a troll in the Walmart aisle, you know? That's gonna be nice. I'm not pregnant, by the way.
No, I wasn't gonna ask.
If you were gonna ask, I'd be like, really? You're gonna ask a woman whether or not she's
no. I took it. Well, you said that's something I have to look forward to earlier, and I took that as maybe you were batting the idea around.
We are.
There we go.
But we need to. And my apartment sucks, so we're still trying to move. But like,
it's a great motivator.
Housing is not great right now.
But it will. It does kick you into gear a little bit because like when you're not a parent, you're like, well, I got time to figure things out and stuff. And then kids come along and you're like, I need to get this done now. I need to start making money right now. Everyone is counting on me. Yeah. Which, why, if you're not having a little bit of panic every day, are you even living, you know?
I think, I know. I would agree with that if you're not crippled by anxiety.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to live.
You're just half-ass in life. The best Disney song?
Yeah, best Disney song.
How gay do you think I am? I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Best Disney. So, songs, plural. Okay.
Well, songs or song, which, I mean...
Hunchback of Notre Dame. I almost said Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. No,
Fighting Irish.
Yes.
Fighting Hunchbacks.
Woo! Quasimodo. No, that whole score is unbelievable. Like, tell me you don't immediately, like, your sphincter doesn't just go into your body when you hear like.
Well, I like to try to keep my sphincter on the outside of my body, but yes, it does go in.
Way to discriminate against people with prolapse statuses. Way to go, Eric.
Way to brag. Yeah.
And my anus is not prolapsed. No, that's a great one. If I said Randy Newman, I don't.
Can I tell you mine?
Yes.
Eye to Eye by Powerline from the Disney movie.
That's a Goofy movie, right?
Yeah.
How does that go? Because I was just listening to that the other day. Like, how crazy would... Okay, I'm going to be honest. Do you know why I was learning that song? Because I wanted to, like, go into karaoke somewhere and pull it out and, like, see how many people, like, lost their shit. You would probably be one of those people.
Oh,
if someone started karaoke and pulled up Eye to Eye, you would... Yeah.
My buddy JB, who I'm working with this weekend at the Funny Bone, he has a Powerline like 95 world tour. It's like a real concert merch shirt for Powerline.
They went on tour?
No, but it was like
was like,
just
I
from
thought
the
they
movie.
just had that one. You know what the funniest? Okay, so this is like an 80s thing where they have that was like early 90s, wasn't it? Sounds like Michael Jackson a little bit.
I don't know how much I can play before we get flagged. That movie actually used to scare me a lot because in the very beginning of the Goofy movie, Max is having the dream and he's about to kiss Roxanne.
Oh.
And then he turns into Goofy. And it's like this nightmare scene where he's like,
I think I remember
like
that. Yes. Oh, okay.
Oh, and it was terrifying to me as a kid because I was just like, oh, that's so bad.
There's so many. That was like the Thriller music video for me. It was like terrible, terrifying. Okay, so I know Disney songs, great, but some of my favorite songs from when I was a kid actually did not come from Disney movies. Technically, there was like Prince of Egypt. There was the Swan Princess.
Deliver
there was
us.
like Deliver Us. Songs I would play when my mom made me clean my room. There was another one I'm thinking of, and I just had it on the tip of my tongue. But they were like movies that kind of came up like around the Disney era, but like they weren't. It wasn't. Well, DreamWorks was like 90s, but I'm thinking more like, oh, I know which one, American Tail.
Oh,
that was
no cats in America. Yeah.
What?
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, but I love
one.
the songs from that one, and that's not Disney, is it?
No.
Who did that?
That might be DreamWorks. Is it Disney?
DreamWorks didn't happen until, so there was actually a dispute over a movie. I don't remember, and a dude left Disney to create DreamWorks, actually. But that was like later. Who the hell did American Tail? Because somewhere out there, is the Powerline. And then you had that like one guy who is auditioning for like Poison, but this is the only shot he had. So he's like, green. Guitar solo.
It doesn't say who did it. Maybe not.
What? Okay.
Steven Spielberg presents An American Tail.
Shut up. Oh my God.
A Don Bluth film. But it does say at
Don Bluth.
It does say right up here.
Oh my God.
Steven Spielberg presents An American Tail.
Yet another work of art.
Steve,
a stamp.
What can't you do? Am I right?
All I'm saying is he and John Williams need to stay alive until I can meet them because.
Oh, wouldn't that? Yeah.
They better don't keel over on me, John.
That's
I know you're in your 90s.
That's so impressive to me that they can do that. Like that. It's like, okay, well, what's the movie about? It's like, well, there's dinosaurs and they escape a park, and he's like, I'm gonna make
the best soundtrack you've ever heard in your life, and it is. I think Jurassic Park is like the best. Well, so I actually again watched special features because he did Jaws too. John Williams did Jaws. He did Harry Potter. He did Jurassic Park. He did Indiana Jones. He did Star Wars. He did basically every all your favorite movies. John Williams did that, and I think I love him more than Spielberg because they were like the dream team, the dream duo.
So I wonder, do you think there's ever been we grew up reading the Bible, right? And the I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. All right, what songs do you think have come out that God was like, wow, that was a good one? Like, do you think that there are some out there that he's like...
Probably Stairway to Heaven.
What if it was...
It's
like the Tarzan soundtrack. He's like, it's really good.
No, I know. I want to know. No, Son of Man, he was probably like, all the power to be strong. He's like, it's actually Son of God, but good one. No, Son of Man, I think, No, who...
bopping around.
Listen, if God is not impressed by Phil Collins, is he even God?
Yeah.
If God does not tear up upon hearing...
That's so funny.
I'm feeling... No, you're right. How did we get on this?
Best Disney songs, and we just, you know what? But that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this podcast, is just to.
I will say, no, I do love Notre Dame. Like that's a great one. But as far as like the whole thing being singable, like start to finish, Aladdin.
Arabian I loved Aladdin as a kid.
I was so scared of Aladdin.
Really?
The tiger disturbs my stomach. He just comes out of the freaking sand.
Well, and then Jafar is a giant snake at the end, and Jasmine's drowning in sand. Like
Jafar, the oldest twink who ever lived.
Never thought. Yeah, that makes it a much different.
Prince Laboo. Okay, we get it. You were on Drew Paul's Drag Race.
He was banished to Fire Island after that.
Prince Labia. No. That's not how it goes. I hid I was so scared of Aladdin. I actually hid it. There was a VHS because we had those like VHS, the sleeves that were kind of like poofy. I don't know how to explain it, but they weren't jackets, but they were like you open close it.
Yeah.
I hid it, and Mom was like, "Where's Aladdin, Joy?" And I was like, I don't know, Mom. All I know is that I'm so brave when I watch it. Nothing about that movie.
You mean this movie about witchcraft and Muslims, Mom?
My mom and Teresa, I know if you're watching, I don't blame my parents for this because, indoctrination is fairly easy, especially when you're a parent and you're panicking and Charles Manson murdered everyone. And then you start being like, oh no, what are we teaching our kids? And then Columbine happens and then you're like, oh no! So, I can't fault my mom for this, but she burned Mary Poppins one time because how does Mary fly without using witchcraft?
The umbrella. There's enough updraft.
You and I both know. We both know that as children, when you went on your roof with a single umbrella.
Oh, yeah. Or a bed sheet.
Science is not on your side.
You hold a fitted sheet at the corners. I don't want to picture you
with the 100 count sheet trying to jump off your roof.
Dropping like a rock.
That's actually what happened to your body. It was not the Marines. It was Eric trying to be Mary Poppins too many times.
It's just a chubby kid in a blue Power Rangers. How come the Power Rangers costumes don't come in husky, Mom? No, you look great, baby. You get out there. The other kids are just jealous.
No one ever heard of a chunky Power Ranger. Yeah. How are they supposed to? What's their slogan? Do they have it? Ranger, go, or whatever?
Something like that, yeah.
Fight, I don't know. Captain Planet, your Earth, Wind and Fire. No, that's different.
Yeah, that's so funny. We put in our rings for Captain Planet. It's like on the stomach.
Twinkie.
Yeah.
Hardee's.
Yeah.
Who eats at Hardee's anymore? No one. I've never had a conversation with someone and been like, where's your favorite fast food joint? I'm really digging the Hardee's.
Or Arby's. I can't imagine something.
Okay, first of all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've struck a nerve.
You have struck a nerve.
Oh, no.
Because you can't lie. Arby's got the meats. Also, do you know why they're named Arby's?
No.
R-B.
Roast beef.
Kind of like I didn't realize that Flo Rida was from Florida. You remove the hyphen.
That's so funny because
you didn't know that either.
I didn't know
Flo
that.
Rida is from Florida.
No, I knew that as a kid. I knew that as a kid because the Flo Rida. I didn't know about Arby's. But
I'm looking at your camera too much.
No, that's perfect. It's just straight down the barrel. No, that I did know that because I had in my car when I was 16, I had one of these, like, you turn it on and the screen would come out and flip up.
Like one of those like fancy Iron Man things.
Kind of, but like
driving your Ford Ranger.
It was definitely aftermarket and it was cheap. I got it from Kmart or something no, it was like Stereo One or something. And like but you would turn it on, except for that it would make the battery die. And so sometimes the battery would die. And so when you turn the car on, the screen would go away. It's like you couldn't get it back out.
You gotta pick one.
But for a while, I had some Flo Rida songs, and I was looking at it one day because it's like the apostrophe would like disappear.
Yeah,
and I'm like, Flo Rida.
Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah. But speaking of initials, my grandmother used to call a lot of newborns UBs. She's like, oh, what is UB? Like that. And she's Scottish. She had this accent. Everybody loved it. And they're like, oh, like a ewe, like a young lamb, whatever. No. UB was UB for ugly baby.
Your grandma's savage.
She would say that. She'd be like, such a little UB. She delivered, and she worked in a maternity ward at the hospital. She delivered babies all the time. She was like an expert.
She's basically like the head of a baby pageant. Doesn't even realize. She's like,
she's the casting agent for the 2-week-olds.
HB, UB.
UB.
That's hilarious.
This is my grandmother is Donald Trump. UB. I walked in here. I was like, wow, that's a UB.
That's an ugly baby. Well, so what's funny is like that makes your grandma more Scottish to me than calling it a UB. The fact that she's doing it to like hide a snarky, you know.
Just like,
my ancestry is like Creole and Scottish, so the mean comments run deep.
Just the comments out there that are like, they just throw things out, and you're like, oh, all right, yeah.
Isn't it interesting how Europeans are like experts at like passive aggressive little barbs that like you don't realize are insults until you've sat and thought about it for about 10 minutes, and then you realize it starts creeping up on you, and you're like, oh.
I remember my grandmother's sister would come over to visit sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and she was known for being pretty prickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like she would just call it like. And I remember she came over when I was like 12, and she was like, you're broken out. You have some pimples, and I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, it's probably just because of your weight. And then would turn around and walk away, and I'd be like, okay,
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
It's that age group, man.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That happened. That happened so many times, where it's like something would happen, and then it's like I know in your head this is coming from a place of love, but out to the rest
out loud,
of
it does.
It does not do a lot.
Sounds like it's coming from the bowels of hell. So thank you for that.
I had someone in my family one time, they brought me a glass of milk because I loved milk. I drink milk all the time.
I do too. Skim, though.
Skim.
You drink skim milk?
We drank skim all the time because I drank so much of it. And then one day, this relative of mine showed up and was like, hey, I got you this milk. Try it. And I tried it, and it was whole milk. And I was like, this is so good. This is so good. What is it? And then he goes, oh, it's whole milk. Yeah, you can drink this now because you're not fat anymore. And then turned around and walked off. And I remember just looking at the cup. I mean, like,
oh my God, that's like the opposite of what Napoleon Dynamite said to that girl.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay. Oh my God, wow.
It's like, all right.
So whole milk wasn't too milky for you? It wasn't too heavy?
I didn't drink that much of whole milk.
With
I couldn't.
like fresh chocolate chip cookies. So it's like,
my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get home from football practice, and I would go through like a half a gallon of milk.
Oh yeah, I drink milk all the time, and interestingly enough, my bones are real thick. Apparently, apparently you can get that checked, and I've
only had one. Let me double check real quick. But I'm pretty sure I've only had one broken bone. I
haven't broken any.
And it was a toe.
A toe?
Yeah.
So milk can't go that far.
It doesn't travel.
Got milk? Not there.
Travel that far south. But I had accidentally kicked a cinder block while wearing flip-flops. Like I had turned.
Did you hear it crack?
I did. And so I went in, I got a haircut, and I went to this place all the time. There was this guy named Bud who would cut hair. Mm-hmm. And he was awesome. He could do a haircut in 90 seconds.
Jeez.
And I loved it. And it was always like consistent, and you were like, this is great. Didn't charge too much. So I go on deployment, I come back, I go back to the barbershop, I'm looking for Bud, he's not there. The lady's like, well, I can do your hair. And she's taking forever. And I told her, like, well, normally I come see Bud, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, well, unfortunately, he passed away. And I was like, oh, no. So I'm grieving Bud. I'm leaving the store. And then she goes, and to be honest, I didn't really like him. He was kind of a dick. And I was like, I turned because I was like, don't talk about Bud like that. And as I turned, I kicked this cinder block. And I had these, like, open-toed flip-flops, whatever. And just it sliced down to the bone on my big toe, and then like I felt a pop in my two other, and I had to go. And Kelly was waiting in my car for me, and I opened the door and I was like, I think I'm gonna pass out. And she's like, why? And I was like, I think I just broke my foot. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
So we like went to CVS, and she was like, oh, I'll get some peroxide and some bandages, and we'll just bandage you up back at the hotel. And I was like, okay. And she walked off, and I sat down in a lawn chair and just went.
And you just passed out?
I just passed out.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I was like.
Was it like hanging
so
off of
much
your
blood.
thing?
So much blood. It was bad.
Wait,
yeah.
So when you say you broke, was it like hanging loose?
No, it wasn't hanging. But so like I had a gash in my big toe that went like to the bone.
Oh.
And then the two toes next to it were like purple and like twisted, like to the side. Yeah. And so
Nope.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and I could. I mean, if I was smart, I would have gone to the VA hospital and they would have patched it up for me.
No.
But I didn't do that, like an idiot.
You went to CVS.
We went to a Holiday Inn Express. And she washed my foot in the
Better place
bathtub.
to take care of your broken bones.
And then just bandaged it up. And so I had this like homemade cast on my foot. And she was having back spasms. And so we're both like, she's like in pain, I'm in pain, but we haven't seen each other in 9 months, and it was supposed to be like our weekend together and stuff. And I was like, we're gonna go to Cheesecake Factory, and she's like, but we don't have to. You don't feel good. I don't feel good. It's fine. I was like, no, we're gonna go.
I love Cheesecake Factory. It's so much funnier.
It was like a special place to us. It was this one particular one in California. It was this big outdoor mall, and we would go there.
It was in San Diego?
It was north of San Diego. It was a little bit, I don't think it was Irvine, but it was past San Clemente. It was like a 30-minute trip from where we were staying.
Okay, yeah. Because I know San Clemente and I know Irvine and all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a big outdoor mall.
But you were close to that. Costa Mesa?
It might have been.
It was Costa.
It might have been.
No. I know it is Costa Mesa because I went to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the outdoor. Yes, I remember that Cheesecake Factory. That's crazy that I remember that Cheesecake Factory.
But we had been there before I left for deployment, and she had gotten a Salisbury steak, which she loves Salisbury steak.
Bless
so
her.
I was like, when I come back, we'll go back there and we'll get you your Salisbury steak. So we drive to the mall, and we can't find parking, and I have to park on the opposite end of the mall. And then we both have to like shuffle and
with your broken foot.
Yeah,
oh my
across
God.
all the way, which is like, I mean, at least a mile, of like
Good
outdoor
God.
weaving through all this stuff. And we get to the Cheesecake Factory, and they're like, "I'm sorry, we don't serve Salisbury steak anymore. It wasn't very popular." And my wife just starts like, "Oh," like I was like, I
bet you guys
to be a good weekend.
You looked like Saving Private Ryan just hobbling across the parking lot. Never leave a man behind. Oh my God. I feel that palpable disappointment. There's nothing like... God. Listen, Cheesecake Factory's menu. You remember Yard House?
Yeah.
I don't know whose menu is bigger, Cheesecake Factory or Yard House.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Do you think the cooks just like hate their lives? Because, think about, like, the inventory that's involved. Like, I'm thinking of that, like, from a practical...
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to stock...
No.
Like, okay, well, we need...
I would hate managing a Yard House or a Cheesecake Factory.
It would be... to me, it would be insane. It's like, I picture that kind of like I picture, like, a cruise ship. Where they're like, hey, we're going to need 90,000 pounds of shrimp. Or something, something like
is
insane.
that even enough?
Yeah, and you're like,
Who
I don't
knows?
know. We have 4 24-hour buffets. So
Wait, do they on a cruise ship?
A lot of them do. They have like
Actually, never been on a cruise.
insane amounts of food.
Okay.
We went last year, and I was like, I don't know if I'm a cruise person. I am absolutely
You were a cruise person?
Cruises are the best.
You weren't freaked out the whole time about, like, hitting an iceberg or anything? Okay.
No.
That's like Derek's one hangout. He's like, we're in the middle of the ocean. And I'm like...
You actually stay really close to the land. Where,
Okay.
like, you can always... Because, like, we left from Seattle and went up to Alaska and back down.
Oh, you went to Alaska?
Yeah, which... Can't recommend it enough.
Oh my God.
Alaska
I've been
is
wanting to go. Did you fly into like Anchorage or anything?
No, we flew into Seattle, and then we were there for...
But did they let you get out in Alaska at all? Explore?
Yeah. Like, we
Okay.
got out in Sitka, Skagway, Juneau.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we made one stop at Victoria Island in Canada, and then came
That's
back.
right. I forget how close it is to
But the
Canada.
whole time that you're going up the coast
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, you can see land. So it's not like... You're not like, oh, we're in the middle of the ocean, we're going to die. Like, you could...
Right.
In theory, swim.
Might get to be rescued
You
by
know
a
which way to
large
go, at least.
albatross, but you're having a great time.
Yeah.
How are the entertainers on the cruise ship? How's the entertainment?
We didn't do a lot of... I mean, there were a lot of singers and stuff like that, which...
Yeah. I have friends who
They
do
have,
that.
like, little pubs and stuff like that, and it was great. I mean, that was all fun. I didn't go to any of the comedy shows, because...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I was like, I get enough of that.
Okay.
I was like, I'll I'm all right. But
I get the gist of it, you know.
Yeah, actually, we met. So when we were in Skagway, we went and we did this like, you pan for gold, you learn about the gold rush, you learn about sled dogs and meet some, and then you take this long train ride up the like mountain pass into Canada and turn around and come back and stuff like that. And it was really cool. And there was a tour guide there, and they're all dressed like characters from the 1800s, and he's going to come and do the podcast. He's going to be in town
character
next month. He's coming in.
Please tell me he's in character the whole time.
I think, well, I'm not sure if he's going to be in character, but
Eric, you have to make sure he stays in character the whole time.
From what I've seen, because we're friends on Facebook now, and it's like there's him in character and then him out of character, and the only thing different is the clothes.
That's it? They're like the same person?
Yeah. His name is Nugget Barlow, and he's coming to,
Is that his birth name?
It might be his Screen Actors Guild name. SAG name. Nugget Barlow.
I was going to say, I don't know if I name my...
teaches people how to pan for gold.
I was going to say, that's a coincidence if like that turned out to be his job and his parents named him
real name,
Nugget. Like you can't always get that lucky. Like my name's Joy, but I hate people. I'm just kidding.
My name's Joy, but I have seasonal depression.
It's not seasonal. it's annual.
I used to try to write a bit about. I tried that bit for a while, but people didn't seem to get it. But it's like,
or the name bit.
No, like seasonal depression. Like I don't like it when people are like, I've got seasonal depression, and I'm like, yours gets time off.
That's funny.
It's like mine's doing 40 hours a week. It gets
just be like
benefits.
My depression does not get PTO. My depression, there's sometimes like with something like that to get into like writing a little bit. Like I have to turn that. I have to maybe do 7 or 8, no, way more punchlines before I'm like, no, I like that one. Mm-hmm. Or like, or like a list of 3 things,
That's what I do. I go up on stage with just like a note in my phone of just like a title that will remind me of what I wanted to say. Like,
are we allowed to work to do jokes? Okay. Okay, so here's the ones I have tonight. And then you can tell me, great, this is actually awesome because you can tell me emotional. Okay, so I'm just going to start at the beginning. Emotional support animals. They're always 10 times more anxious than their owner. You would be too if you depended on a Grey's Anatomy superfan to keep you alive. Or I was going to say neurotic white woman. I don't know which one. He barks when he's nervous. Yeah, Megan, but aren't you supposed to be the nervous one? You're both having a panic attack, but if you shit on the floor, only one of you gets arrested. Let's see. Oh, this one. I don't know what's worse on a dating app, posing with a fish or with a dog. Because only one is manipulative. And then basically like women going, he's one of the good ones. But to me, that's a red flag because you're drawn to a creature with immediate blind loyalty. Show me a pussy-loving man. I'll show you with a self-centered antagonist for a companion.
It's so much different.
My husband.
This is mine.
Beaver? What? Wait. Let me read that.
Read it out loud. So people...
Okay. Beavers are monogamous because they can only do missionary.
Beavers mate for life.
Wait, listen, I get mating for life, but you can. Why don't they change it up? Also, how do you know this?
Well, you just got to think about the anatomy of a beaver, right? That tail's not really getting out of the way.
So you've never actually watched 2 beavers get it on.
The thing is, like, sometimes I will learn a fact, and then I'll be like, I wonder why that is. And then I come up with a solution in my head, and then never...
So any St. Louis zookeeper that's watching this right now who knows how beavers mate is probably like, actually, beavers have orgies.
I think they would...
You wouldn't.
I think I would no because
beavers run trains.
They do mate for life. I know that is a fact.
No.
That is the fact. And I was like, I wonder why they mate for life. And then I was like, it's probably because they only have missionary style sex, because the tail can't get out of the way, so they can't do it doggy style. And I was like, and everybody knows sex is done with the body, but love is made with the eyes. And so they're belly up.
You think 2 beavers are gazing into each other's tiny,
just ever so gently and tenderly, and with their little webbed hands, like just, with
Steve Perry playing in the background.
Yeah, they're belly to belly.
It's like that Top Gun scene where it's just, Lord.
That's why if you ever
I don't want to think about beavers.
if you ever walk through the woods and you hear a sound like someone running in flip flops, it's just two tails going to get just.
Now that,
See?
you need to, give people the visual, because that's really funny.
Okay.
If I had the visual of, like, going on a hike and then, okay. That's funny. Okay, great. You haven't laughed yet, so I'm doing awesome.
No, you're fine. Just
kidding. I wanted to talk about, I will die on this hill, boomers are responsible for our mental health crisis. You don't need anti-bullying PSAs in schools. You need them on your mom's lock screen.
that's good.
Okay,
I like that. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, and then this is actually true, and I was going to talk about this because you were talking about your relative that was just like, good thing you drink whole milk. So, it's people in that generation, and they'll just, like, say things. So, this is true. I have hyperpigmentation right here. And so Barb on Facebook one day just, like, messages me, and it's like, it's called a razor. And I was like, hey, Barb, actually, that's a skin condition. I can't shave it. Also, why are you a bitch? And she actually wrote back and was like, I'm not sure why I say mean things.
That's so funny. I get hate all the time, and then you respond to it, and you're just like...
I was like, for once, I was like, no, I'm going to make her think about this.
Yeah.
So let the record show. All you have to do is, like, stop boomers in their tracks. Yeah.
Well,
make them reflect, or they'll just casually bully Hobby Lobby, like, cashiers all day long.
I'll have clips that'll come out, and then someone will comment it, and they'll be like, we need 100% tariffs on podcast equipment right now. Which is pretty funny. Like, I'll be honest. Like, it made me chuckle.
That is. Yeah,
and so I've commented on it before, and I've been like, okay, that one was funny. Like that.
I miss being bullied by,
and then they'll comment underneath it, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I know you're just trying to do your thing, blah, blah, blah.
So you had the same thing happen to you.
And you're like, oh, no, don't back out of it now. Like,
okay.
Like,
boomers, explain yourselves. No, because it's true. Like, you have to gentle parent these people. I miss the days when it was just, like, shameless Gen Z bullying, and now they're all woke and stuff. And so, one of my favorite comments that I got, like, was the Can I Get a Box video, and I was like, it was when I was, like, twerking on the table, and someone commented on YouTube and said, I want a relationship as strong as that table. The best hate comment, but now I just get them from boomers.
Yeah, now it's...
Day in, day out now, yeah.
That's all it is now. It's all it is. It's just...
Okay, so actually I did want to, I wanted to do, like, a swiper, no swiping, boomer, no booming.
Boomer, no booming is funny.
Boomer, no booming is funny. Okay, there was a boomer breakfast spot in my hometown that got accused of being racist, and this is actually true. This is a true story. And so, they went on their Facebook page, and they were just like, no, we are not racist. Come have pancakes.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Pancake? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so whatever, it's on social media.
So-and-so's pancakes?
No, but they literally, like, went on, and then people were like, what? They're not racist. They said so on Facebook. The alternative would be them doubling down and being like, here at Lloyd's Rootin' Tootin' Country Kitchen, we believe in eugenics. And, like, here, our core values are simple. Damn good meatloaf and lynch mobs. The average clientele is like, I can't eat that. I'm going to cleanse. An ethnic cleanse. I already feel much whiter on my feet.
An ethnic cleanse.
So that's my boomer.
I'm on an ethnic juice cleanse.
I'm on an ethnic cleanse. Get it? Because ethnic cleansing. Thanks, Pancake House. Let's see. Oh. I have a theory that a lot of us are bisexual because we were ugly children. If you can't beat them, eat them,
Oh, my gosh.
Anyways, I should have known because when my friends would play house, I'd always end up being the husband because I was the only 7-year-old with a beer gut and a 5 o'clock shadow. What is this, King of Queens? Anyway, I got conservative family members concerned that I'm not living a biblical lifestyle, but I feel like by biblical standards, I'm doing fairly well. For instance, I've never sold my younger sibling into slavery, although I should have.
That's great.
I've never tricked my dad into having sex with me.
That's so good.
And I'm not, like, weirdly obsessed with foreskin. So I think I'm doing great. Oh, okay. And then there's this one. I'm almost done, I swear. This actually happened because, have you seen Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went and saw, I don't know how to turn this into a joke, but, like, I went and saw Phantom of the Opera with Derek last week. And it's so funny how, like, me, like theater kid, and my husband view musicals. Because at the very end, you know, when Christine goes and kisses the Phantom, and then he like realizes, and he's like, Jacob, go. And then you think, oh, he just experienced empathy for the first time. My husband goes, post-nut clarity.
That's so funny.
You get out of here. Take everything you said. You were never here. And I was like, no, because he was like, some ugly dude who's like never been kissed in his life. Like,
yeah.
he went to change his pants. Like, that's all that was. I was like, wow.
I think my mom's calling me.
But the post-nut clarity, I was like, Derek. But that's so funny. Because, like, that's such a funny way to look at it. And so now I will never see it the same, like, that part that's supposed to be, like, the most beautiful part of the musical where he experiences love. The only reason Christine laughed is because he had post-nut clarity.
That's so funny.
But those are my jokes for tonight. Do you
like
them?
I like them. Speaking of which,
yes.
We should probably wrap up so that way we can get over there. We should already be good because I talked to the manager and told her that, hey, I got somebody coming in.
Awesome. Fantastic.
But yeah, do you want to plug your social media one more time?
Absolutely. Joy Brooker on Facebook, Instagram, The Joy Brooker Show, Turning Point. I'm just kidding. No, anyway. No, Joy Brooker. You can
You're
follow
Auntie
me.
Pussa?
Auntie Pussa, absolutely. My OnlyFans. Just kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans. I have OnlyFlans, but that's different. No, follow me on socials. Joy Brooker. Order a telegram from me. Humiliate your loved one because life is short.
Divorce telegram or
divorce telegrams. Serve. If you're suing someone, what better way to do it than... I do have a tornado costume, by the way, that has, like, flying cows and stuff on it. So I almost did one for Grant Dade and then another one for an insurance broker. And then they were like, maybe not the tornado, the insurance guy. Anyways, Joy Brooker.
Yeah. So go check out Joy. Thanks so much for coming. I appreciate you.
Yay.
Yeah, let me know if you ever want to come back or if you ever got anything to promote.
So we can not get anything accomplished for... Yeah, because we just go off. Absolutely.
But that's the whole point.
It's a trait.
It's the point. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.